Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stampin' with Denise. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're keeping warm tonight. So much of the United States is in a deep freeze. We're expecting here in Michigan to get 5 to 8 inches of snow tonight. I know I have friends in Texas that are seeing snow that hardly ever see snow. And they're having some rolling blackouts, so they're having episodes without any electricity. So hope you're all staying warm, and I want to thank you for joining me. Give me just a second here to get this up on Facebook. Let's see if it pops up here. Did everybody have a nice Valentine's Day? Again, yesterday was very, very cold. Okay, it's taking a minute here. So, while we're waiting on that and for a few people to join, just remember to like and share my video. If you share my video, be sure to comment shared down below on the Facebook post. You'll get a chance to win the card I make tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe. Hit notifications so that you're notified when I'm going live. And I'm so glad you're here. And while we're on Facebook too, I like hearts and likes and all of that kind of stuff, so I'd appreciate that. So I'm going to try refreshing this one more time and see if this pops up here. There we go. It didn't come up in my notifications, but it came up in my feed, so good deal. Now I found it. Great. And like I said, let me share this now real quick. Okay, and like I said, if you share my video and you comment share down below, you get a chance to win the project I'm working on tonight. If you remember last week, I showed you how to make this really gorgeous triple offset card. It's so easy to do. It looks difficult, but it's not. And the winner from sharing this week's video is Ann Johnson. So Ann, I'll be getting that card out to you. Thank you so much for sharing, and everybody that shares. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I think we're going to get started, and I'm going to switch views, and I'll show you tonight's card. Oh, we're going to use one of my favorite new products in the new catalog, which is the Gilded leafing. So much fun. So much fun. Wait a minute. It said my video ended. I don't know what happened here. Let me refresh this and see what happened. That's odd. This says I'm still recording. There we go. I guess we're ready to go. Okay, I'm going to switch views. We're going to go with my hands, and I'm going to show you a fun card, a beautiful card, I think, made with the Gilded leafing. So let me switch. Okay, there we go. And like I said, I love this Gilded leafing. It's new in the mini catalog that comes out, or that's good until, is it the end of May, into June, something like that. So let's let me show you the card. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I thought it made such a nice masculine card. And I think I'll show you, I'm going to show you tonight how to do this. If you are going to place an order with me that's that's under $150 before shipping and tax. Be sure and use this host code, and I will send you a little thank you in the mail. But yep, if it's over $150, then you get the host rewards. So very good. So I'm going to start out, first of all, yeah, we have to use the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I almost called it by the wrong name. There we go. And we're going to use the Painted Texture embossing folder. I really like this. It just looks kind of like a stucco wall. And so I'm going to put a piece of cardstock in here. And following the recipe that's on the base plate, all I need is this top plate. So I'm going to run this through. You know, normally I like to do this ahead of time, but sometimes it's nice to bring the machine on so you can see how really easy it is. You know, they now have the new mini embossing machine, and it's narrower, but the catalog makes it really clear about which stamp or which embossing folders and dies will work in the smaller machine. So if you're wanting some more information, let me know. But look at this. They both just fold up like that. So easy, convenient, compact for carrying around. So again, this is the Painted Textures embossing folder. Let me put these over here out of my way. Okay, so you see it made some great texture on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Tombow Multi Glue, and we are going to put some glue on these, you know, along these, like, whoops, that's way more than I want. Okay, so I'm going to spread some of that out here. You want to be careful and not get glue where you don't want it. The smaller amount, the better. And it's actually better if you let it, you know, dry just be just a little bit tacky. Not too wet, not too dry. And I'll show you what we'll do. It takes a little bit of patience. I think it would be hard to make a lot of these. But yeah, just a little bit. I tried the fine tip glue pen. I wasn't as fond of the result with that. I thought this glue worked better. And you know, I'm just, no rhyme or reason, I'm just gonna put this along these little valleys that the embossing folder put in it. You can do as many or as few as you want. Let's do some here. Like I said, you want to be careful and not do too much. Let's see if I can get a little bit of that glue off where I started at in the beginning here. Let me see if I can get, so that's kind of a big, I know what I'm going to do here. Put this under here. I know what I'll do is I'll just kind of go right off the paper. I like that. Oops. There we go. And you want to try not to get any glue on your hands, because that will make a mess, let me tell you. And I'm going to put just a little more right over here. There we go. And now we're going to take the Gilded leafing. Okay. And remember I've told you before, best to keep it in a container. I'm gonna put a little bit more in it here, and like that, see? It goes a long ways. But I might have to get myself another jar. I really like that. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I'm just gonna start out putting it in. Actually, you know, I'm gonna just kind of do this because this is easier. Knock some of that off of there. I really want to try to not get glue on my fingers. Okay. I know this looks like a mess, but hang tight here. And we will get the rest of this off of here. Kind of fun, and this is so soft. It's incredibly soft. Okay. Let's see what'll come off. Okay. Then remember I said get a sponge. You'll never use the sponge for anything else because you're gonna have, you know, gilded leafing in there, but you know, kind of use this to brush it off. Get back in the camera here. Okay, I start with that. Then I don't know. I had this really stiff brush. I don't know that I don't know where it came from, what I got it for. I don't remember ever using it for anything, but I just kind of used it to brush some of this off, okay? And you kind of have to work with it. I probably should have let it dry for a few minutes before I got too much of these. Actually, I think I might do that. Let this dry just a little bit more. And we're gonna go back and stamp a couple of things, okay? Or stamp something, and then we'll come back to that. I'm gonna just set this here. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Okay. So there's the card. So I used I used the stitched rectangles to cut out this piece, and then I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies for this. And while it's not a perfect match, I still think it works well. So I pulled the Happy Birthday sentiment out of the Happy Thoughts stamp set, which is out of the new mini catalog. It's $1 million seller set, and I think it's perfect. It's got some great sentiments, basics, happy birthday, thinking of you, thank you, those kinds of things that you're going to use a lot. Now I used Pretty Peacock here. Let's make sure I'm well inked up. Put that right smack dab in the middle. There we go. That was all I needed to do on that. Simple, simple. And I think I'll go ahead, since I have it here, and I will use this glue to put this on the gold part, on the gold piece. This is just our gold foil. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put a few dimensionals on there so it'll be ready to go. Okay, there we go. There's that. Okay, I'm going to go back to this now. Maybe that's dried a little bit. Knock some more of this off. But you get the idea of what we're doing. Just kind of working this off like this. Yeah, this is better. And just keep going over it until you get all the loose pieces off. Yeah, see, letting it dry for a couple of minutes really helped. You will have gold all over. So that needs a little more work, but I have another one that's completely done that we'll use for tonight's card, and that one's right here. Oh, look at this, I've got gold, this gold all over the place. Try not to get that, make too much of a mess. So, my ribbon for this card, I use the, what is this, Fine Art ribbon. It's 3/8 inch wide, it's gold, it's soft, it's easy to tie in a bow, but I am just going to do this, just like this is how I do most of my ribbons on my cards. Let me see. Too often I don't tie right on the card because I tend to not do it as nice a bow that way. Let's see, make sure that's straight. There we are. Okay, let me go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of that too while I'm thinking about it. When I have a big piece like this, I like to put a couple dimensionals on the bottom or in the middles there to kind of just support it. So our base is a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock. Again, I'm using Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock is one of the 5 ink colors that is going to be retiring at the end of May. We absolutely know it's going away and won't be coming back. The other ink colors that are retiring are also, let's see, Seaside Spray, Purple Posy, Terracotta Tile, and what's the other one? There's one more. It's escaping me now. I can't find it. Oh, Rococo Rose. So now's the time if you want anything in these colors, especially if you need to get your ink refills so that you can keep using your ink pads, or you really like a color of the cardstock and you want to have it available for cards, you need to get it now. Because I'm going to tell you, they go fast, especially the ink refills, okay? So this is half of 8.5 by 5.5, or it's folded in half. I'm going to put this right on here like this. Okay. Since this is a dark inside, I'm going to put a piece of white cardstock on the inside to put, write a note on. Put that at the inside here. If you're joining me late, welcome. Don't forget to like and share my video, comment shared below, and I may be sending you this card that I'm making tonight. Whoops, that's sticking up there. There we go. So I'm going to put this on. See, it really is an easy card, and I think it's a fun technique. When you're working with that gilded leafing, you have to kind of, work on it in stages. I'm going to put that right there. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a little bow to put right there on the side. And I'll just use a glue dot to put it on. See, I like to do mine this way, bunny ears, and tie them together. No need to do a knot first. Come on, come on. Hope everybody is staying warm. Like I said earlier, we're supposed to have 5 to 8 inches of snow, so I'm not looking forward to driving to work in that tomorrow. So luckily I don't have too far to go, and it's a pretty straight shot. Just a little bit short. It has kind of almost a tweedy feel to it. A little bit like tweed. If you're local to me here in Michigan, I have my classes this weekend. I got a couple spots left in my noon class if you're interested. Don't forget to RSVP by Wednesday. We are wearing masks and social distancing and all that. So I'm going to put this little bow right there. And there we go. Use our gilded leafing to make a really pretty birthday card. I think this would be a great masculine card because of the darker color. So I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you next Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern for Stamping with Denise. Take care, everybody. Bye now.